Hello, everyone. It's Sharon. I hope everybody is doing well in the midst of all of these changes and challenges that we're facing. And sorry that I'm late. I tried to come on as 8 o'clock as I promised, but I could not get on Facebook via my laptop. So I'm coming through my phone. I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes to see if people can join us. See if who can join us and just tagged a couple of people, not too many, because I know that everybody has their own thing going on right now. What I thought I would do, hey Crystal, how are you? What I thought I would do is just check in to see how everyone is doing. I have heard from many of you that there are variety of emotions that people are experiencing, which is to be expected. So I wanted just to drop in to give you, I guess, from some steps that I find to be helping me and many of my other clients who are trying to navigate, hey there, Vicky, navigate this weird place, this weird existence. Because I think one of the things we have to remember is that even though this is happening, we still have our own lives, our own stuff that we were dealing with prior. And I'm hearing that so many people are feeling like they're not measuring up, but they are. I want you to know that you're doing the best that you can. So I want to leave 5 principles with you to hopefully help you navigate this unprecedented time, because none of us know what to do. We have never experienced this before. Hey Jay, hey Vicky. So one of the things I would like to say is, first, try your best just to get centered. And I know that's easier said than done. You're talking to a very, type A person. Get centered. And that might mean, music, dancing, prayer, meditation. Everybody has their own way of finding their centered part. So get centered, because in this midst of chaos, you can never make good decisions. Believe me, I have tried to make many decisions from a place of chaos, and there are always decisions that I regret. So 1, just try to get centered. 2, I think the most important thing also is to, not the most important thing, another important thing is to try to get clarity. What's really going on? Yesterday, I had a chance to speak with some of my clients, and I think it's important for us just to name our emotions. If it's fear, if it's anxiety, if it's depression, if it's concern. And it's okay to feel 2 emotions at the same time that might be totally contradictory. That's normal. So kind of get clear about what you're feeling, but also get clear about what you want to feel. And the reason is because if you don't know really what you want to feel or how you want to feel, it's kind of hard to start creating space for that in your life. So get clear. So for example, to me, I know I wanted to feel less clutter, because for years of doing a full-time business and a full-time job and ministry, my office was atrocious. Really looked like a hoarder. And so what I knew I wanted to do is to get clear about what was important, and that was getting my house uncluttered, because a cluttered house is really indicative of a cluttered mind. So get clear about what you want. So that's the second thing. The third thing is to create space for it. Hey Cheryl, create space for what you desire. Now, creating space might not just be creating space in your home. It might be creating space in your heart. Who do you want to love? How do you want to love? How do you want to be a friend? How do you want to show up in life? Create space for your goals. Create space to think. Create space for your purpose. Create space. What do you want to create? And that creation can be a person, place, thing, emotion, a vision board. What do you want to create? Because if you don't create some space in your heart, create some space in your mind, you won't even have the wherewithal to navigate this situation, but also to start thinking about your next. Yes, this is now, but what do you want to do next? And I think that this is a great opportunity for us to reset and reboot, It's a great opportunity for us to reimagine ourselves, to rebuild ourselves in those areas where we are weak. This is a great opportunity to reclaim those very parts of ourselves, to reorganize our lives. So think about what you want to create, not just for now, but in the future, and start making steps. You don't have to understand long term, but about the journey, but what's your next best move? And the fourth thing I think is important during this unprecedented time is to find a community. Now, here's the truth. You might need to find a new community to support you in this situation, because sometimes our old friends think they know us. They think they know what we need and how we need it. They think they know how we feel and how we need to feel it. And sometimes if you have people who are so committed to who you used to be, they're going to try to make you fit into their box of how you should experience the situation. You have a right to experience and to express and to expand your mind and to experience and express this event in a way that brings growth to your life. So sometimes you got to find a different community. I have found in my life, as I'm going through this situation, hey Tamika, I had to find a new set of friends, because my old set of friends was trying to tell me how I should feel and what I should do. And this is what this is how I should handle a situation. But they were talking about the old Sharon. And this new situation is giving me an opportunity to create something different, something new, something more fulfilling in my life. So if you don't have any friends, I hear you, Tamika. I am starting to understand that I had to reimagine what a friend is. That was hard, because I really thought that I knew what friendship should look like. But this situation is letting me know that it is time to recreate a definition that fits who I am today and what I need today. So if your present community, your inner circle is starting to feel like a cage and not an inner circle of support, go get some new friends. There are plenty of people out there who are willing and ready to support you, to be who you are transforming to be. Yes. Oh, I love that, Vicky. As we evolve, and our friendships must evolve. And that means what I had to find other women and find other people who were feeling like I was feeling with the same variables. Because it's always easy for somebody to give you advice and they have one variable. For example, some of my friends who might not have a business, they were telling me how I should feel. But however, I needed to go find, and I found me some friends, some people in my life who were also entrepreneurs, who work full-time jobs, who are in ministry, who are over 50. And I'm getting a different type of support because they have the expertise that I need. If people have not experienced any of the variables that you are dealing with, sometimes they can't help you. Because if you have 4 variables and they have one, they're going to give you the benefit of their inexperience. And I am just trying to be in a place in my life to understand that some people don't have the expertise to help me. They don't have the expertise to elevate me. They don't have the expertise to support me. And that is not a bad thing, right? So I want you to make sure, if you need to, go get a new community, a new set of friends for a time such as this. Because sometimes our new realities cannot exist in all relationships, and you need some time to be who you are. And then the 5th thing I want you to do is to try to understand who you want to become and who you want to be in this challenge. Who do you want to become and who do you want to be? Because what I'm trying to do is to find out how I need to, who I want to be in this situation so that I can be proud of myself. I think that there's this saying that we pay a high price for low living. I'm going to say that again. You pay a high price for low living. And sometimes the low living is when we stop living in integrity and stop being authentic. And so we succumb to low living and we pay a high price with our self-respect. We pay a high price with our self-love. And so the question is, who do you want to be and who do you want to become? Because you can call forth that part of you that maybe has been buried, that part of you that you haven't cultivated, that part of you that you left behind trying to fit into places that were too small. So I want you to ask yourself, who do you want to become? Who do you need to be in this version of yourself? And then I also want to challenge you, as I challenge myself, to come up and be that person without permission, without validation, without applause. I think sometimes we stay in small relationships that we have outgrown, and we stay in these identities that used to serve us 20 years ago. But who are you now? And are you paying a high price for low living? And low living is any time where you're not being who you know that you are. So this might be a time to reclaim, remember putting yourself back together, rebuild, reboot, reorganize, reprioritize, whatever you need to do to be who you want to be now, to celebrate yourself now, to walk in who you desire to be now. I think one of the things I have learned in my life over these last couple of months is that I was playing small. And I was playing small in a way that was eroding my own self-respect. I was playing in a way that did not honor who I was. And since I had a chance to sit myself down, I realized that I was living low and paying a high price. And the high price I was paying is with my self-respect. So I want you to get calm, get clear, get creative, get your community, and then get up to this challenge and change of who you would like to be now. And then do it. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, John. Then do it. And do it to the best of your ability. And I want to leave this to you. One of the things I had to tell myself is that when I was refusing to step in my power, that there was a very difference between being liberated and being empowered. Being liberated and being empowered are two different things. Because liberation means that you are free, but if you're not empowered, you don't know what to do with your freedom. And so what happens is you succumb back to slavery. A slavery of people pleasing, a slavery of going along with the crowd, slavery of being a chameleon and a puppet and a pawn and a pimp. So I want us to remember that as we are looking at our lives, to understand there's a difference between liberation and empowerment. So on this quarantine experience, get liberated from lies and limitations and labels, and from friendships that you have already outgrown. That's the liberation. Here's the second part. Then get empowered to make what you want in your life. Get empowered to make different decisions. Get empowered to see yourself in your mess. Get empowered to make changes. Get empowered to see that you are succumbing to mediocrity. Get empowered and make the changes that you know to make. So again, liberation is one thing, but a lot of people are liberated, but they're not empowered. So get free, but then get in control. Be your own advocate, operate in your own agency. Remember, you can be a maverick and you can be autonomous. You don't have to go along to get along. And if you remember that even in this quarantine period, identify ways that you can be your highest vision of yourself and highest version of yourself. You were not made to fit in. You were made to add to the world. You were made to amplify your voice. You were made to accentuate different perspectives. You were made to accessorize every environment. You were made to be an additive addition to every place that is graced with your presence. So remember, you were made to add, amplify, accessorize, accentuate, enhance, to advance, to elevate. Know who you are, and to use this experience to transform your life to be who you said you desire to be. You have time now. You know, you don't have busy work, because busy is not about business anyway, but now you have time. Sit yourself down. Get calm, centered, get creative, get a community, maybe a new community, and then change what you can and don't worry about the rest. There's a saying that after you have done all that you have done, just know that that's enough. The Bible says after you have done all you can, just stand. But there's also a saying is that after you have done all that you can do, just know that you have done enough, and you have done enough. Remember, it's time to think about our lives and to be all that we have designed. God has designed us to be, and God is the divine orchestrator. God is the divine architect. And even if it doesn't look good now, just know that all things work together for those who love the Lord. And I know that you might call God by a different name, but whoever your highest power, they're orchestrating. So get ready, get prepared. And if you've been praying for better, plan now to be better. Because remember, we have to participate in what we pray about. So participate, get ready, get going, because it's time to get going, okay? Blessings. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Thanks so much, Tamika and Vicky. Thank you so much, John. I really appreciate you guys, Katrina and Cheryl, and I can even Jay and Crystal. Thanks so much for coming. Blessings.